Welcome to the SEO.co Search Engine Optimization Podcast. Digital marketing essentials and next level tactics. From offsite and on-site optimization to persuasive selling and everything in between. You'll learn actionable tips on what it takes to outright and outrank your competition.
Welcome back. Yesterday we talked about building manual links, and today I wanted to talk about how you can identify those first publishers where you can post that content. So every rung of the authority ladder is going to present its own challenges, but identifying and earning a guest posting spot on your first few publishers is likely the most challenging part of the process. Once you have a handful of external presences under your belt, you can use those as a testament to your writing ability and overall reputation, but building that initial momentum can be really tough. So today I wanted to talk about some of the strategies that you're going to need to be able to get yourself there. First, start with a niche. The best way to get started is to choose a specific niche, as specific as possible. Why? There are a few good reasons. First, consider the fact that most general publications, like the Huffington Post, are quite discerning about the authors they onboard. They cover a lot of subjects and they have a huge readership, so they want absolute experts on every subject they offer. A niche blog, on the other hand, is much more limited in the experts they have access to, and so they're going to be a lot more willing to take in a new voice. They tend to run smaller, which means that you'll have an easier time getting in contact with the webmaster or editor. This isn't always true, but in any case, you can choose a niche very close to your own business, either in terms of industry or geographic location. Another strategy is finding several key options. Don't just settle on the first place that you find. Dig deep into your research by looking for niche blogs and contributors everywhere. Go to Google and type in, so you type in your niche and then blog. And that'll help you find blogs within your niche. And then you can use BuzzSumo to find key influencers within that niche. Take a look at each niche blog you find, venturing into peripheral niches if you have to, and start categorizing them in terms of their advantages and disadvantages. Some of the key traits that you'll want to look for are notoriety within the industry, traffic volume, domain authority, and a willingness to accept new material. If you're just starting out, you don't need super high authorities, but you do need someone who's going to accept your work. So consider setting aside your higher authority or stricter publishers for later. You're also going to want to search for contact information. At this point, you should have at least one or two key blogs on which you're willing to guest post. From there, you'll need to find the contact information of the editor or webmaster so that you can pitch a potential submission. First, look for a submissions or contributors page. These aren't always there, but if they are, they'll give you everything you need in terms of contact information and content requirements. If not, then check out the blog page and see if you can find contact information for the writers or the editor. And if that fails you, a contact page or team page may have individualized contact information that you can use. You can also try using LinkedIn or Twitter search to find the editor at each publication. Then you need to make a pitch. So once you have the contact information of the person in charge, whether that's an editor or a webmaster, then you're going to need to make that pitch. And this is actually simpler than you might think it's going to be, but it does require some strategic forethought. Remember that this is an exchange of value. Present yourself in terms of what value you can bring to the publisher. Introduce yourself briefly, state why you're an expert in the subject, and why you think that you'd be a valuable contributor. As you send outreach emails, we recommend using Pitchbox, Mailshake, or Boomerang for Gmail. All right, so you've made your pitch. The next step is to get published. If the editor or webmaster accepts your outreach for links, they'll probably ask you for some specific ideas on what you'll contribute. Send along some ideas that fit the industry as well as their readership. And once you agree on an initial article idea, you can get started writing it. There are just a few more items that you'll need to bear in mind during this process. Remember that each publisher is going to have their own formatting and writing requirements. They may require that you adhere to a specific word count minimum and or maximum, a specific number of images to include in the piece, or a different style of writing than what you're used to. Be sure to ask and clarify what editorial guidelines they have before you make your formal submission, and this will help bring a smooth start to your relationship. From there, it's a simple matter of getting your work published. Once published, you can start syndicating and following up on that post to promote it even further. And then you just need to make sure that you maintain a relationship. Even one post on a new publication can be a valuable addition to your link building strategy. But if you can post more content through building a relationship with that editor or publication, by all means do so. Try to maintain an ongoing relationship with your publishers, providing new pitches for approval every so often. Ask them what types of content they'd like to see more of, what they think of your post pieces, how those pieces have performed for them, and how their audiences are reacting to the content they're currently publishing. Again, if you want to bring each publisher as much value as you're taking from them, so remember that this is a two-way relationship. I hope you found this information helpful, and if you'd like more information, be sure to check out our blog. We have an example pitch email that you can check out to give you an idea of how you might want to do that.
Thank you for joining us on the SEO.co podcast. We appreciate your time. Be sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the show, and visit SEO.co for more resources based on today's topic, as well as access to more podcast episodes to help you improve your site's long-term SEO success.